Time for the next evolution of the rank 9 Hellblaster volley gun. That is in 2v2s supporting a Nurgle army. Let's go ahead and take a look here. This replay, of course, is from the legend Slade. He is sending me some 2v2s recently, which have been quite a bit of fun. I definitely appreciate them, so hopefully you all will drop a like and comment down below and give your appreciation to Slade for sending in these excellent replays. Anyway, without further ado, the Nurgle army going to be led by Tamarkan and some Marauders of Nurgle up front. Forsaken, got some Great Weapon Marauders as well. A couple of Warriors with Great Weapons, maybe one. Plague Ogre's Great Weapons, very nice to see. Some Marauder Horsemen, Chariots out on the flank. Empire Force, of course, has 4 rank 9 Hellblaster volley guns, a couple of Knights of the Blazing Sun to protect. We've got a nice cheap Empire Lord on foot, Light Wizard rocking just nets to help protect and control. And yeah, Lure of Death, Sorcerer for the Plague Bros. Looks like we have some Rogue Outriders grenade launchers also on the flank there. Ooh, a couple of free company Sterling's Revenge and Zintler's Reichsguard also in a vanguard, kind of scattered around, ready to wreak some havoc. As for Tomb Kings opposing them, we've got double undead here actually. Tomb Kings plus Vampire Coast, Nekara Horsemen, some Tomb Guard up front, a couple of Skeleton Spears as well, Ushabti Great Bows, etc. We've got some Skeleton Archers, Casket of Souls, and looks like the Dread Columns of Zombie Deckhands. This is a fun tactic you'll see sometimes with the Vampire Coast. Basically, the idea is the infantry engages, wraps around the flanks, and it gives better firing angles for your guns to shoot in on those melee engagements, backed up by some animated hulks. We do have plenty of guns as well, plenty of handguns, a couple of carronades, Night Terrors, and Silostra with a Morgul Haunter as well. So we'll get things rolling and watch these Free Company militia probably just get immediately run down by cavalry and animated hulks, but at least they're able to do some damage here, take out one Nekara Horseman, send them into crumbling, and we'll see, maybe they'll do okay against these other animated hulks. The Shade Wraith Gunner is going to open up on them, as do the Carronades open up on one of the Hellblaster volley guns. Definitely got to shut down those Carronades in order to protect the volley guns, but nice catch by the Zintler's Reichsguard to get in here. The grenade launchers will also come forward. They're going to blast those Skeleton Archers, just menacing the back line of the Tomb Kings basically right now. Meanwhile, Nurgle's running some nice distraction over here. They've got the Forsaken, Chariots, and Horsemen all kind of working together in a little group here. Forsaken get a really nice engagement on those Tomb Guards. Super cost effective there. Chariots, actually, because of their armor, are able to hold out okay against cavalry. Probably not a great engagement for them, but Purple Sun also rips through the center here, hitting those Skeleton Archers, and then rolling up onto the Tomb Guard and whatnot in the front line. Yeah, those Free Company were never going to last long, but at least they had a fun little stand there, and perhaps delayed a little bit demise of these Hellblaster volley guns. Yeah, the Vampire Coast player really just needs to push forward and collapse Slade's gun line right now, but Nurgle is advancing, kind of giving them something to chew on at least. And I think maybe the Coast forces are hoping to work off their carronades, be patient for the time being, try and take down those Hellblaster volley guns. But the Tomb Kings are just taking some massive damage here. Yes, the Plague Force is going to charge in against the undead. Casket is crumbling. We've got the grenade launchers on the move, so they're staying out of danger. And yeah, over on this flank, those Forsaken still doing okay, but now being surrounded by Tomb Guard, a little bit less ideal. But, oh wow, something just came in and did some massive damage to that Hellblaster volley gun. So yeah, this crew has been completely destroyed. This one is also getting hit by, yeah, getting hit by those carronades. Zintler's Reichsguard, just absolutely secret agent here, managed to somehow bypass everything, get in on these Shade Wraith Gunners, and also send them into crumbling. So Slade doing a really nice job, just surgically, tactically taking out whatever targets he can. It looks like they might actually pick off these animated hulks as well with those Free Company. Tamarkan just absolutely messing up the front line, and I haven't really been paying attention to what the volley guns have been firing at, but 2 are shut down. The other 2, it looks like, are firing at Silostra, just trying to take out the leadership of the Vampire Coast. Knights of the Blazing Sun also moving in. They're going to get a little bit sopped up there, but let's see Other Knights of the Blazing Sun also just going to try and bypass here. Maybe go after these Carronades. Carronades really well protected right now. Definitely need to stay on these guns. I think they're getting a little bit distracted right now. Not focusing on the 2 Hellblasters that are still online. But Nekara Horsemen come in to try and shut them down. Marauder Horsemen of Nurgle. Beautiful job protecting there. The Nurgle player understood the mission. He saw those rank 9 Hellblasters and he said, okay, I understand. I need to help protect these. And he's done a great job of just mowing down the Tomb King's army. Etc. had to pull back there. But it looks like, yeah, we're going to see some magic unleashed on these Knights of the Blazing Sun. They kind of put themselves here in no man's land. Tide Call, quite an expensive spell, but still going to do some pretty good damage and actually stops up a lot of the unit models. So, they could potentially be shot here. Looks like there's not actually any follow-up shooting. I don't know. The guns are not necessarily having... Maybe they're still on the move. I don't know, actually. Maybe not fully set up to fire yet. But unfortunate. They are still going to get taken out by that, more or less. But Plague Ogre's moving in. They're fighting fine in the front line. And they are a little bit overwhelmed right now by value. But still, they're going to trade very cost-effectively against this. It does seem like the Mournguls are kind of staggering them a little bit, but let's see, there's no magic healing from Nurgle. They're going to have to rely on the army ability to heal, but we do see the damned Knights Errant. They're going to be sent also to the back line here, trying to take out those Hellblaster volley guns. They are currently just working through targets here. It looks like Silostroga is deleted, so I'm assuming she died to the guns. And yeah, let's see what else they're gonna train their sights on. The one Carronade that still remains is gonna try and shut them down. Looks like the other one was successfully shut down, but the grenade launchers actually, yeah, they're the thing. Get the job done. Guns here, the zombie guns, kind of slow to react to things. They take a while to reposition and fire. One of their biggest weaknesses, honestly. They are gonna eventually get into position to fire in on those Outriders, but not before the Outriders send the Carronades into crumbling. So, yeah, both the Carronades, I would imagine, met a similar fate. Grenade launchers, I would think that was actually the zombie value, but anyway, grenade launchers get some nice contribution. Chaos Warriors also just bogging Cetra down there. Nurgle forces do have some units coming back from route, but, oh man, damn Knights Errant squeaked through. They were able to just barely make contact with the guns, but it looks like the General of the Empire was able to block them long enough to hold up their duration. Yeah, after they had beaten through those Knights of the Blazing Sun, I would imagine. But now the guns basically have free reign. There's not a lot of ranged units to challenge them. There's not a lot of mobile melee units to try and run in here and challenge them. So the Mournguls gonna pursue the Light Wizard into the kill zone here. We're gonna see a net being cast. Oh, cancels it out by smacking him across the battlefield, but it doesn't matter. The guns nonetheless doing their work even without the net. Banner for this one gun is just over there for some reason, who knows. But yeah, meanwhile, the Marauders and the Warriors of the Plague continuing to push through, doing a nice job slogging it out with all the zombies and skeletons. You know, having a great time. Definitely receiving all the blessings of Papa Nurgle. But, yeah, it's not able to fully win out here, it looks like, on this engagement. Tamarkan kind of pulls back a little bit wisely from the guns. The Purple Sun goes down once more. Is going to maybe finish off the Shade Wraith Gunners. Gets zombie polearms as well. But there's still 3 guns here, which is pretty dangerous. So, who are we going to see a focus right now? Hellblasters looking like they're trying to take out that animated Hulk. This whole pocket here is crumbling. So as long as they don't actually come in to make contact with the guns, it's basically fine. But that is the issue of Undead, right? Is this whole force can march forward, even while they're crumbling, eventually take out these guns, which is the main thing holding things together. I don't know. Generally, the Empire still has quite a bit of HP left. Tamarkan also, I don't think his feast has gone off yet, so he still gets that late game heal potentially, giving him some confidence to come in and engage Cetra. He's also got the Death Sorcerer that can potentially help out there as well, but pops a little point blank breath attack, which is going to put a debuff, that suffocating debuff. Nice use of that actually to debuff Cetra right as you're running into combat with him. Looks like Cetra is infantry as well. He does pop the Blessed Blade, but I'm gonna see a Spirit Leech on him, and he's just getting bullied in that engagement pretty badly. Meanwhile, the guns continue to fire away. The General of the Empire just standing nice and close, literally standing in front of one of the guns. That's maybe not the best idea, but drops a net there. Charges forth. This is just target practice at this point, which, considering these guys are rank 9 volley guns, they actually don't need any target practice. They are experts at this point, but looks like Feast of the Maggot Lord did trigger there, I believe, on Cetra, maybe? I don't know if he actually got him low enough. Doesn't look like the heal is going off, so it looks like they were able to best Cetra probably regardless of that. We'll see. Maybe another Spirit Leech is enough to finish him off, but at this point, guns on guns. Hellblasters will train onto the zombie guns and try and finish them off. Or maybe just the Marauders and Chaos Warriors will walk forward with their shields and get the job done the old-fashioned way. The zombies are one of the few units in the entire game that's slower than Nurgle, after all. It definitely can be caught here. But nope, looks like those Marauders at least are going to run for the hills. Yeah, Cetra remains trying to support here, but the volley guns... Watch the results of their work up close. Oh yeah, lots of exploding zombies. Especially when they're all clumped up like this. Cetra's gonna pop some kind of buff here. Ooh, Incantation of Righteous Smiting. That's pretty cool. They actually fell. Maybe it went off already? I'm not really sure what happened there. They actually finish off Hammercan. Not what I expected to happen. Maybe Favored Son just didn't trigger, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I missed it triggering earlier, but it still said it had a charge left there, so a little odd. But Cetra also goes down to the Nurgle Sorcerer, his Plague Hound, Plague Beast. Very, very cool mount, allowing him to finish that fight, and then it's going to move in against the guns. Black Spot do actually have anti-large, a little bit armor piercing, but Empire General moves in as well. I do appreciate that Slade picked a color scheme, at least from a soldier's perspective, that gives him the matching outfit to Nurgle. Thurland's banner isn't exactly 100% matching with that big swath of red in there, but close enough. You got the yellow, you got the green. Very Brazilian coded, but anyway. What else is left besides that? General of the Empire just smacking some zombies around here. Looks like there's some zombies left over there. The guns are out of ammunition at this point, unfortunately, so they're going to have to move into melee as well. But I would imagine army losses is probably... Oop, yep. Army losses probably... There we go. Kicking in. So, fun stuff for sure. Wild one. Real quick, just... type down in the comments below, how much value do you think those two volley guns got that were not killed throughout the battle? We're going to take a look here right now, but pause the video if you have to. Take a guess. Combined value of both these two. Yeah. If your guess was like 5,600, 5,600, you were pretty much spot on. Over 400 kills, 450 kills. Yeah, over 5,000 damage value, well over 5,000 damage value between the two of them. The other two were taken out pretty quickly by those carronades, but the other ones hung on. Of course, thanks to the Outriders, who, not to be outdone, did 21,000 damage and almost 2,000 damage value. So, spectacular performance there, all the way across the board. Zintler's Reichsguard, also 1,600, almost 1,700 value there, taking out some high-value targets. Free Company actually kind of pay for themselves on that early Vanguard, which is fun to see. As for the Nurgle supporting player, yeah, Tamarkan contributes some respectable value. The Chaos Sorcerer gets some serious work done with those Spirit Leeches and also the Purple Suns. Yeah, overall, Great Weapon's going to do a pretty decent job. Warriors do a pretty decent job, as do the Forsaken, Plague Ogres. mean, Nurgle, they didn't trade like 10 out of 10. They traded just well enough, though, to definitely get the job done. And some nice plays, as we saw there, for sure. For the Tomb Kings, yeah, Cetra didn't end up doing a lot, considering how expensive he was. Yeah, I mean, even on that foot kit, he can get pretty expensive with all his items and stuff, so a little bit unfortunate there. Tomb Kings kind of just got mowed down, and yeah, the Vampire Coasts put up a pretty good fight. I mean, massive value on these zombie guns here, Shade Wraith Gunners, but even like just the handguns, all like over 1,500 value, which is just insane cost efficiency when you think about it. Those guns are quite cheap. The animated Hulks aren't going to do quite as well, but they're also relatively cheap. Don't necessarily need them to do a ton. The Carronades also feast on value like the handguns. So yeah, all the gunpowder units from Vampire Coast. Who would have knew? Who would have known in a 2v2 where they're kind of in a shootout almost against the Empire, ended up doing quite well. But ultimately, I think just Slade being a little sneak here with these cavalry really was pretty decisive between the Outriders and the Reichsguard. They were able to take out a lot of these key high-value units, which did good amount of work anyway, but could have done potentially even more work, and a decisive amount of work had they not been taken out. So nice to see there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. That's it for today. If you like the sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.